So inexplicably, my Streamlabs OBS recorded about 3 hours of footage without picking up my microphone whatsoever. No idea why that suddenly happened, and now every time I open that software, it takes me to a welcome screen as if I've never used it before. It asks me to reconfigure everything and resets all my settings, and I am done with that software, so I'm going back to OBS Studio. What that means for this video is you're going to see clips of what I did, and I'm going to just tell you what I did over the top. You're not going to hear my live reactions, my amazing jokes, singing, whatever. So I apologize for this, but I think I've now fixed it. Alright, so we started off with me logging in and lightning immediately hitting my dog, catching it on fire. And then me trying to figure out where did it hit, what else did it hit. There didn't seem to be any other damage, but that's still heart-wrenching to think that my orange dog, Carnelian, almost bit the big one. And then I wanted to show you that I have revised my entranceway to create a little bit of a storage room down at the bottom. It's not the most elegant room, but it, I don't know, looks basement-y to me, so I thought it was pretty cool. And then I built this little contraption with the new crafter blocks, and then I want to get the armadillo into this little chamber here, which every time he drops a scoot will go into some hoppers. And then every time that he drops a scoot, the first crafter will craft, when it gets 5 scoots, it'll craft the dog armor. And then the second crafter will add dye to it. If there's no dye in there, it'll just spit it out normal color. And then it'll put it in the chest. So now I've got a little armadillo, pen. And then I realized that I put the doors there and the redstone is too close. So whenever it does fire off, it actually opens and closes the doors, which the system worked, but I have to reconfigure the doors because it looks weird. Then I built a little tree house for Garnet to hang out in. That is his purple home, and he can go up and down these vines to go ahead and get to his food and water bowls. So now I've got 6 out of the 9 wolves, each in their own custom doghouse. Oh, and I changed the redwood of the Snoopy doghouse to mangrove. Next, I spent some time making some different colored pots out of these pottery sherds because I wanted to decorate the stairwell. And so I've got 6 out of the 7 sherd pots that are obtainable from the trail runes. I didn't get any from the deserts or the water runes yet. I don't know if I'll do that in this video, but then I played around with this, also played around with putting a banner in the pot, and I just think that looks pretty cool. And then I played around with this hanging light source. I think this looks amazing with the lantern and then the fiery pot hanging from it. Just a cool little visual thing that I did there. Oh, I went searching for more wolves. I came across a dark forest, and luckily I had my Silk Touch pick with me, so I was able to grab a couple of different kinds of mushroom blocks that I may use for later. I came across a swamp in my journeys, and as I was going through the swamp, I saw some frogs, and I got a little bit of laughter out of that. And then I waited for some slimes to spawn. They didn't spawn in the first area, so where I saw the frogs, so I had to travel to like a far back part of the spawn. Had to fight a lot of guys until I got slimes to appear. And then I had this idea that I should manually lead these 3 baby slimes all the way back to where the frogs were and get the frogs to eat them to get frog lanterns. And it took me 3 full Minecraft days, sleeping through the night, to guide them all the way back to where the frogs were. And when I got there, the frogs were nowhere to be found. They despawned, I guess. It was quite a lot of work and frustrating to be nothing. So I ended up killing those slimes, and then I went back and found a new set of frogs, put them in boats, and waited on top of a tree until slimes spawned again overnight. Once I saw some slimes, I turned it back to day, and I went down and lured the slimes near the frogs, and the frogs, sure enough, ate the slimes, but they didn't drop frog lanterns. They just dropped slime balls. They only dropped frog lanterns from magma cubes, it seems, so that was a huge waste of time. Boy, I really hope I'm not sounding too negative in this video, because I really had a fun time recording a lot of this stuff. I found a random witch's hut in that swamp, ran up, killed the witch without her getting off a single potion, and then managed to tame the black cat. Continued on my way after struggling to get the cat in a boat. I came across an old growth spruce biome where I pretty quickly encountered a pack of chestnut wolves, added them to my wolvie collection, and then spent quite a bit of time searching around until there was an old growth pine biome, like very nearby. Extremely hard for me to tell the difference between them. And I ended up going for another couple hours, fighting, I kept fighting and fighting, trying to fight spiders in order to get string, and of course having to deal with other mobs while I did that. So at some point, one of my chestnut wolves got shot, and then my cat got shot randomly by a skeleton and killed. And then I eventually found another taiga with some more pale wolves, until I found a second old growth pine biome, in which I eventually found the wolf type that I wanted the most, which was the black wolves, and added them to my party, which was super exciting. So now I've got black wolves and chestnut wolves back with me at my home, and hopefully we will return to normal reaction videos so you can see what did I do with those wolves. Here I am at the farmer's market, farming up emeralds essentially, and while I've been doing that, I've been working on a couple of banner patterns, the first of which is a black bone, and I want to actually duplicate this and put it on my shield. Oh my goodness, what the heck. Wow, that looks terrible on the shield. Okay. And then I actually want to relocate my cartographer and my Fletcher from here, using leads to drive their boats for the first time ever. And I know that I could put them both in a single boat, but let's see what happens. Whoa, how did I just get experience? Come on, guys. Come on, do boats go upstairs, right? There we go. And now do leashes break? I'm guessing that leashes are going to be pretty sturdy now that they've implemented this change, because otherwise people would be pretty upset. And unfortunately, I only made my pass 1 block deep, so I think I'm going to have to go up and over the mountain with these guys. Let's see how that turns out. Or I just bust my way through. Oh my god. Go on, let's go sledding. Oh! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's go sledding down the mountain when she comes. We'll go flying down the mountain and she comes. Let's go sledding down the mountain. Let's go sledding down the mountain. Let's go sledding down the mountain when she... Come on. Randy, I've got some new friends for you. Check them out, Randy. We now have Cartwright's Maps, Randy's Book Nook, and Fletch's Arrowheads. I think to get glow squid ink to make those really pop out, and also the one on my diner. Because right now this sign and this sign, it says the Knick Knack Diner. They don't really pop out at me, and in fact the colors were so dull that I did blue ink because I wasn't exactly sure how to get the colors to really pop. Like I put white and I put cyan and stuff, and they were very dull. But I think it's because I need glow squid ink, which I never realized. And there's my 2 latest wolves. We've got Howlite, who lives in a giant nautilus shell, and Labradorite, who lives in a giant magical top hat. So this is one of the first things that I thought of when I was making different dog homes. I thought of the red Snoopy dog home, and then I thought of the agility trial tunnel, the yellow one, and then I thought of a rabbit coming out of a top hat, and that should be a hat for a dog. And the snail shell is actually one of the last things that I thought of. So now we actually only have 1 wolf left. We've got 8 out of the 9 variants. The final wolf is in the sparse jungle. But before I go hunt him down, I actually want to do a couple things. One is I want to go ahead and build the path down to the village. Now that I formally have my villagers with the ability to get name tags, I still need 1 more name tag, but I'm going to actually go ahead and pepper in a couple different blocks in a copper path, because I have these extra blocks from when I built the diner, and so I'm just going to kind of mix them in a 3x3 wide, 3 wide path. Now, I figure what better way to finish all of this copper path than by going and doing my first ever trial chamber and figuring out how it works and then ripping the place apart, because it's all copper. And what better way to face a trial than with a whole bunch of armored dogs.